It is so nice to be here in constituency number 6 and in particular in Deep Bay. I love you. You look so beautiful tonight. You have so much energy tonight. It seems as though you are red and ready for August 5th. You are red and ready to return Dr. Denzil Llewellyn Douglas to Parliament. You are red and ready to return the Labour Party to government. Definitely. You know, I always love constituency number 6. This is where I found love. You know that? I tried number 1, I look in number 2, I look in number 8, I look in number 7, I look in number 4, I look in number 5. But the girl of my dreams came from constituency number 6. And now she's my lovely wife. So I love constituency number 6. You have produced some of the most beautiful, wonderful, and powerful people this country has ever seen. And that is why it gives me great pleasure this evening to fully endorse your next representative for constituency number 6, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzil Llewellyn Douglas. Dr. Douglas is a leader extraordinaire who led our country ably for 20 years and made us the envy of the Caribbean and the world. Dr. Douglas is responsible for transformational change in our country. We remember the times. And like how my wife is from number 6, I learned of all the stories that when she was driving home, she had to ask her mother, why is it that the roads are smooth up to Sandy Point, and then after Sandy Point, the roads get bumpy? That is because the PAM administration had nothing to do with constituency number 6. In fact, they used to say that they should fence off the people of constituency number 6 and throw grass over the fence. But Dr. Denzil Douglas, when he became Prime Minister, ensured that this part of the country also saw the development that other parts of the country were seeing. And so you must be proud of the representation that you have had. Because now there is no differentiation between country and town, between Bastille and St. Paul's and Deep Bay and Parsons and so on. Dr. Douglas made a commitment that the development must not only be on the southeastern side of our country, but on the northwestern and southwestern side of the country as well. And that is why within our view, you can see major developments such as Kitishan Hill and Ramada. And there is more to come in a new Labour Party administration. Dr. Douglas is a former Prime Minister who has a reputation of success all across the globe. It is the Commonwealth who themselves said that they wanted to learn how Dr. Douglas was able to manage this economy and move us to number 1 in the region. It was none other than a former president of the United States in Bill Clinton who knows Dr. Denzil Douglas by name to be able to tell the world that if it were not for Dr. Denzil Douglas, he did not know where his HIV program would reach today. Dr. Douglas is a leader who, after serving this constituency and our government, can still call upon the people who started the journey with him because they are right there. That shows the type of leader Dr. Denzil Douglas has been for this constituency and for this country. Because there are other leaders who, no matter where they go, the people with them always leave them. When you look at Timothy Harris, started with Labour, he had to be thrown out of Labour. He went and he started his own party, and everybody who started the party with him has left him. He went and he joined a coalition of parties, and everyone in the coalition has left him. That shows what type of horrible leader he is compared to Dr. Denzil Douglas, who he can count and call upon all of those who started the journey with him to this day. And so you must be proud of your representative. And I know I don't have to tell you that come August 5th, we will not take anything for granted. And we will ensure that constituency number 6 remains red and ready and elect the Labour Party candidate for constituency number 6, Dr. Denzil Llewellyn Douglas. Comrades, Labour is winning. Labour is winning. Labour is winning the elections. But we cannot win the elections today. We cannot win the elections by coming to this meeting tonight. We cannot win the elections by feeling good about the polls. That has us way ahead. We cannot win the election by wearing a red shirt. The only way we can win the election is if on August 5th, you wake up early at 4:30 or 5 a.m. in the morning. You fix your bush tea. You say a word of prayer with your family. You get out into the line at the polling station. You enter the ballot box. And you search for the hand on the ballot. And you cast your X there. That is how we're going to win these elections. And so I want to see all of you here this evening, as you are in your thousands, to equally go out on August 5th and ensure that you place your X next to the hand. Take nothing for granted. Because Timothy Harris is up to something. Timothy is still trying things to hold on to power. But he will not be able to try anything if all of us go out and vote for St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party. And so in constituency number 3, I send a special good evening to you. Number 3, massive. We are taking back number 3. You know how Congressers do it. If there is ever a time that I am down, I go back to the drawing board. I recalibrate. I re-energize. I get myself ready and I come back and I take back my crown. So in constituency number 3, I'm coming back for my crown. And I am so pleased to know that our message of hope and transformation is reaching all corners of constituency number 3. Because they are ready once again to elect someone who will provide them with strong and stable representation. I will start to work for you from month 1, from day 1, month 1. I will not be waiting until month 25 to start to do things and say that 2 years is not enough. We will lead the transformation of constituency number 3. And just yesterday, at our block meeting, we launched our very own digital app for constituency number 3. We must also be at the cutting edge of technology. And as the engineer on the team, I had to show that even at our constituency level, we will transform our communities. So put your hands together for the C3 app. And you can go to my Facebook page so that you can download the app and see some of the plans that I have for constituency number 3. So in constituency number 3, we have 9 pillars of success for constituency number 3. We have community development, which deals with housing and infrastructure, where we give a commitment that there will be at least 200 new, affordable, hurricane-resistant and energy-efficient homes for the people of constituency number 3. Where we will see the transformation of Lagreet into a fully fledged modern community with modern housing, with energy-efficient housing on land that the Lagreet people own. Now I know you've heard about it already, but because I've been talking about transferring the ownership of the Lagreet lands to the people like we did for the Village Lands Freehold Act, where we transferred ownership to the people who had been living on the land for 20, 30, 40 years at no cost, and they only had to pay their transfer fees. And so because I have been talking about this for months, last week, Aquila went on a national platform to completely lie to the people of this nation and to the people of Lagreet. And she announced that she's giving them the title for their land. Had a ceremony, invited them to Nima, I think it was, and presented sealed envelopes to them. Had a big ceremony. And when the residents got outside and opened the envelope, there were blank documents in the envelope. Blank copies of the COT in the envelope. Trying to fool the people of Lagreet. But I visited the people of Lagreet thereafter, and they said they will not be fooled. And they understand what is going on. In fact, the letter that came with the blank COT told the residents of Lagreet that if they do not pay for the land by a certain time, the government will take back the land from them. So how could you be announcing that you're giving titles to land, but yet the government could take back? But the government can't take back your land if you got a title for it. If it is stamped and signed and registered in the court or in the land registry. And so it's a blatant lie. And I'm asking the people of constituency number 3 to reject this type of politics where they think they can take people for fools. But under Congress Maynard's plan, they will get those lands at no cost because they've lived there for generations, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They have paid money already to the Ministry of Agriculture to be on the lands. They will only have to pay their transfer fees. So as I close, I just want to wrap up the pillars of our development strategy in constituency number 3. We will be engineering a digital greener future. We will have small business and agriculture and entrepreneurship at the top of our list, where we will deliver a small business mall complex. We will talk about health, wellness, security, and caring for the elderly by ensuring we have a state-of-the-art hospital, and we will modernize the Cardin home. We have things for sports development by transforming the Limekeel Playfield into a multi-purpose sporting facility and other sporting grounds around the constituency. We will highlight and expose our history and culture. We will talk about all the things to do with family and family life. And we will ensure that there's accountability and transparency of the representative in constituency number 3. So go to my Facebook page and download the app so that you can go through in detail my plan for constituency number 3. But as I wrap, I want to talk very briefly about our A team. We have the best team in this election, hands down. No one else can compare to the competence and the depth of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party team. You can look at our team and see a government in waiting. You can picture the different ministers in their ministries, whether it be education, whether it is in engineering, whether it is in small business and agriculture, whether it is legal or workers' rights, whether it is the Minister of Finance, a Prime Minister, everything that you could think about in a government, you can see in the Labour Party team. And so I asked you to elect the A team. So in constituency number 1, in constituency number 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8, and right here in constituency number 6, I ask you to go out on August 5th, on Friday morning, and vote for the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party so that we can restore some stability to our country, so that we can focus on the people's business, because that has always been our mantra for the good that we can do. As I've said before, if there was ever a time to vote Labour, that time is now, whether or not you traditionally support Labour. And so I ask you again, are you ready? Are you ready, dear Bear? Are you ready, dear Bear? And before I leave, I want to invite you to a massive rally next week, Wednesday, in the heart of the village, in Trafalgar on Wilkins Street. It's going to be explosive. It's going to be big, so I want to see you there. Have a wonderful evening. Good night. Vote Labour. Love you. God bless.